Hey everyone. In honor of International Women's Day, I have a message of empowerment and support to women and the men who love them. To the women out there, I have the following message. I'll start with a question. In the country you live in, what legal rights do men have that you don't? Think about your answer, and we'll be touching on this later. Also, congratulations are in order. Women have succeeded in bringing attention to men who commit domestic violence and sexual assault. In fact, women have drawn so much attention to this issue that even the mere allegation of sexual assault or domestic violence without any evidence whatsoever will get a man fired from his job. It will destroy his reputation. And as we've seen from the #MeToo campaign, will allow his accuser to extort money from him. However, it's clear the job is far from done. You see, while working to eradicate domestic violence and sexual assault, everybody forgot to include that other large group of perpetrators, women. According to Harvard, women commit 70% of all one-sided domestic violence, with the BBC reporting that lesbian women are more likely to be domestically assaulted than heterosexual women. Given the high numbers of male DV perps we hear about in the news every day, and the fact that this seems to indicate that women are far more violent than men, this is clearly a silent epidemic that needs to be stopped if we're truly committed to eradicating domestic violence at its source. Further, according to the CDC, women comprise the largest group of perpetrators who abuse children. Even worse, it seems like almost daily in the media we're reading stories about female teachers who rape and sexually assault their students. However, even when caught, rape apologist judges refuse to give these horrible sex offenders the long sentences they deserve. Often these female rapists don't even get jail time. Now, if this permissive rape culture weren't bad enough on its own, we're now dealing with an immigrant rape culture crisis in Europe. Countries taking in large groups of immigrants are refusing to hold immigrant rapists legally accountable for their crimes. It's so bad that the majority of rapes are being committed by immigrants, some of which may even have terrorist affiliations. However, no conversation about women's issues can be complete without a discussion of equality of the sexes. There can be no gender equality without gender parity. Thus, to return to the question I posed at the beginning of this video, the answer is, in first world countries that have adopted feminist policies, women have the same legal rights that men do. And if women are to be truly empowered, then this easily verifiable fact shouldn't be hidden. It should be praised and celebrated. In fact, anyone who denies this observable reality and pretends that women are oppressed in these countries should be treated with suspicion because they're lying to you. Now to the men. Men, and this message is especially directed toward male feminists and thirsty trad cucks who simp and white knight for women. Stop being misogynists. Feminism taught the world that women are equal to men. So stop mansplaining and virtue signaling to everyone why women need your help. They don't. Since women are equal to men, they should be allowed to succeed or fail based on their merits alone. This systemic simping has to stop. Nowhere is this blatant misogyny more prevalent than in jobs that enforce gender quotas or reduce standards for women. This is because enacting gender quotas and reduced standards for women tells women that they're less capable than men and they need to be coddled like a disabled child who needs a booster seat rather than be treated as an equal. Men, if you really cared about women, then don't let misogynists manipulate you into thinking that women need your help. There's no need to mentor female coworkers or to meet with them alone. They can do it themselves. They're strong, capable, and independent. Sadly, this sort of misogyny has even been adopted by Hollywood men and the United Nations with their respected Ask More of Him and He for She campaigns. You'd think these sexist men would understand that we see their transparent virtue signaling for the misogyny that it is. However, they don't. Now again, to the men guilty of such misogyny, I get it. You're horny and you deeply desire sexual access to these women. However, they're not sexual objects. They're living, breathing, and valuable members of our society and should be treated with the dignity they deserve. And because I care about women so much, I have a solution for the men watching this video who see women as sex objects. I believe men should masturbate before engaging with these valuable members of society to ensure these women aren't reduced to sex objects. However, I'm not discussing traditional masturbation. I'm talking about something else. You see, a long time ago, a device was invented to help women relieve their sexual urges to help them avoid sexually objectifying men. It's called a dildo. Well, today, men have access to devices to assist them in their masturbation as well. They're called sex dolls. You see, any man who truly respects women and doesn't want to treat them like sex objects can masturbate with the help of a hyper-realistic sex doll prior to interacting with them, much in the same way women already use dildos today. This way, in any interaction you have with the women that you respect, sex is off the table because your balls have already been drained. Not only will this help you be more productive, but it will ensure you don't sexually objectify the women in your life and you can focus on treating them with the dignity they deserve, rather than putting them on a pedestal because you're sex deprived. Further, like dildos do for women, sex dolls reduce the risk of STDs and unwanted pregnancies to 0, thus avoiding a lot of unnecessary drama. Again, improving your interactions with women and allowing you to focus on treating them with the respect they deserve. In closing, International Women's Day is a very important day to celebrate women's successes and to recommit to overcoming the few obstacles that remain while achieving the successes yet to come. No pun intended. And if you've enjoyed this video, found it educational or insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. You can also support my work on Patreon. And in case I'm targeted by YouTube, I mirror all my content on Bitchute and MGTOW.com. Further, you can always find me at misandrytoday.com, where you can contact me directly. In addition, you can direct message me on Gab or Minds.com. All the links are in the description. I'm DDJ, and this has been your dose of Misandry Today.